We're back at the Flex event, the Westport Library, and today I am with Mary Lou Weisman, author of Playing House in Provence. And we're going to just jump right into this. It's about how two Americans became a little bit French. That's the subtitle. Basically, you and your husband, you raised your kids and you could travel, but when you wanted to go to France, you got to France, but you didn't want to just be tourists.
Exactly.
To become part of the actual culture. How did that come about?
I think that happens to a lot of travelers who don't have enough time to really get into the culture where they're visiting.
Right.
And we, after several decades of travel, we decided that we wanted to be, we wanted to get immersed. We wanted to pierce the tourist veil. We were sick of being tourists,
Right.
Although we enjoyed all our trips, but we kept wanting to spend more time. And so we finally, after several, we had this habit of stopping at every real estate office in any country we were in, where we were having a good time.
Right.
And we look at the rentals and we have a fantasy about how much fun it would be to stay there for at least a month and get to know people and get to speak the language, and then we go home and forget about it completely. Right. Finally, after about 20 years of fantasizing, we did it. And we went to Provence and we rented a house and we took French lessons and we did everything French. We cooked French, we made French friends. We did that by, I joined a yoga class. The French lessons helped a lot. Soon people were curious about us and wanted to know what we were up to, and they would invite us to their homes for dinner, and we would go to the movies with them, and we did that for 4 consecutive months, 4 consecutive, I don't mean that, I mean 4 consecutive Septembers.
Okay.
So, which was a sort of an easy month for both my husband and for me in terms of our work.
Right.
So that's, and each year it had been a fantasy. And fantasies by their very nature do not exist in reality. So after 4 months, 4 different years,
right.
Finally, we had gotten as far as we could go in terms of the language, in terms of friendships, in terms of activities. And we really did break through the tourist veil, and it was enormously rewarding. And we still have friends there. And we'll go again, but we'll never go again for a month. We've exhausted the fantasy. We're now into reality.
Do you think that you'll do this with another location, maybe Italy or
I think, if I spoke any Italian, I surely would. And in fact, we are going to Italy this September. And we've joined a program where they pay your room and board, and your job is to teach Italian business people how to use the English language better. So it's kind of a reverse thing, but at least we'll have the experience of being in Italy with a mission, with a job to do. And we're looking forward to that. But it'll never be,
like it was.
It will never mimic what happened in Provence.
What was your most favorite experience in Provence?
The best one or the worst one? The worst ones are much more fun.
Tell us the fun ones, because our readers like
we
fun.
had plenty of humiliations. That was our specialty. There was like a drone that hovered over us, bombing on us. But one of the silliest was we went to a wine tasting, and there were all French people around us, and I don't know a thing about wine, other than I really enjoy it. So I first flunked the swishing lesson. The wine spilled all over my hand. Then then we got to the one where you taste, you smell. I frankly, you're supposed to detect the nose of the wine, but that always struck me as really weird because I'm the one with the nose. So I smell the wine. And I don't say anything because I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just following what other people are doing. And then we taste the wine. And when I taste the wine, I think, this is really weird. It was a Chardonnay, and I thought, this is really weird. It's, I think I taste a little bit of banana. So I, who had done nothing during this entire tasting because of my incredible ignorance, I dared to say what I had really experienced, which was, I think I taste a little hint of banana. And everybody, all the French people around me said, incroyable, extraordinaire. And I was suddenly, the smart kid in the room, and then I blew it. Then I said, at exactly what point in the process do you add the banana? And there went the drone of disaster and humiliation bombed on me again. That happened a lot.
And you have a lot of those stories in the book.
Yeah, the book is very, very anecdotal. And at the same time, I track the change from fantasy to reality. The more time we're there, the more the place becomes home and real, as opposed to, oh my gosh, isn't it wonderful we have to put all our clothes into this teeny tiny armoire. Everything that was new and different was extraordinarily exciting to us. It could be incredibly inconvenient like that, like an armoire for two people who have sliding doors in their closets, but everything that was new and different was a challenge, and that was extremely exciting to us. So even if it wouldn't have been pleasant in the United States, because it was a challenge and was something that we had to overcome or get used to or whatever, it was all wonderful.
And when it got to be more like reality, that's when you decided enough was enough?
That's when we decided that fourth visit was our last, and we agreed that while it was wonderful and it was great, things changed. We also had the experiences that are so exciting and new, so that whereas the first September and the second one and even into the third, we were like children just learning how to spell and going, oh my gosh, C-A-T, cat, oh great. And it was and everything that we encountered was brand new, and that is very exciting, and it's something that adults don't usually get to do. You notice we don't laugh as much as children. We don't play as much as children. We're not as available to excitement as we were when we were children. So we got to be, I think I say in the book, we traveled in the slipstream of our childhood. Everything was exciting and new and challenging, and of course, sometimes humiliating.
Well, Playing House in Provence, How Two Americans Became a Little French, has tons of stories like that. People should pick it up. It's by Mary Lou Weisman. And thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been so much fun talking to you.